So yeah, we ended about there and we are continuing on. So yesterday afternoon, a guy from the electricity distribution company came. You know, they once per year they will visit and physically monitor, read our distribution point, you know, on the house. But yeah, but before I let him in, you know, I just, can you show me your ID? And of course he showed me. Well, the ID was of such quality that I could make it myself, you know, in like 5 minutes on the computer and then just, you know, cut it out. But, you know, he had ID, and of course he also had the necessary measuring device to read, you know, our distribution point, because now everything is, well, I believe a lot of majority. Lizi, tukaj, kje to hodimo? Pridi tukaj, okrog. Tako je. Majority of the points are now digital, but I assume that there are still people with analog devices. So, you know, now he just places his thingy, meter or whatever, on the electricity box, and it's, you know, remotely connected, wireless, let's say, and it reads, you know, the traffic of electricity. But yeah, interestingly, he immediately recognized Liza as a Malamute and not as a husky. Liza was okay with him. She was interested, not aggressive, which is funny because last week there was a visitor to the house, which Liza, I believe, has met before, but this was the first time in her life that she was barking at this person, and it wouldn't allow the person to enter the yard. And then when my grandma came to the fence, she was, okay, you know her, now you can enter. Yeah, but this was the first time. There were a couple of times when some, you know, workers came around the house. She would be, let's say, annoyed when they were trying to pet her. But yeah, the reason why I was, you know, asking for the ID, lately we had quite a lot of robberies. Oh, doggo. Okay. Okay, off the leash GSD, but he looks trained. A female, I believe, or yeah, I would say female. It's a little bit small for a male. Yeah. pridi. Ni Jerry, en druga je, kuža je. Vir, je pit, no pit. Interested, of course. Back to the electricity guy. Lately, for several years now, and especially during the summer, there were reports of, guys, usually guys, but there were also several females that would target, in rural areas, but also in, cities, towns. Especially they would select, houses with elderly, retirees, especially those that are living alone. And they would use some subterfuge to gain access. Usually it was, we came to read your electricity, your gas, your whatever. One guy would basically, Rivalizi Don Stuki, she wants to go up, but we will go just the straightest route. Perhaps we will go through the Tivoli, I don't know. They would use some excuse to get usually the owner, the resident, away from the, let's say, main entrance, at the backyard or whatever, I think their one story was that they are inspecting roofs or something like that, providing some services and so forth. So one of these guys would basically make sure that the owner resident is away, and then another person would, undetected, came to the house and basically quickly robbed, or basically they will steal whatever they can, in 5-10 minutes. And now these con artists / robbers have gotten even so much bolder. One story was that a guy called a female retiree identified himself as a police officer and asked the retiree to participate in an undercover investigation of the local bank, of her bank. So they would tell the story that they are investigating a bank teller, that she's a fraud or embezzling money, stealing money from the bank, whatever. So she needs to withdraw some money from the bank and gave it as evidence to the police. So basically the guy came to the house, picked up the retiree, drove her to the bank. She did withdraw the money, gave the money to the supposed police officer. Oh, we can see they are above the ground with the new project. Oh, and apparently we will have Lidl here. Interesting. And then when she gave him the money, he said, okay, we will now go to the second bank and repeat the process, investigation. And she got suspicious at that point and asked that he drive her back home. He did, but she then called the police, you know what has happened and when she will get her money back. And of course they had to explain her that there was no such a police officer, no such investigation, and yeah, money was stolen. So I thought that here will be a, I don't know if there will be a residential tower built after, because you have, you know, Bellevue living. Interesting. Unless they couldn't sell in advance the supposed, well, yeah, my mistake. It's back there. The tower is back there. My mistake to make. What a mistake to make. And we have to go through the Tivoli, of course. Chucky Lizzie. Okay, let's stop on this point.